All right, hello everyone, this is Mr. Coach. I want to point out some of the key parts of this worksheet that we have. So here we go. First off, this is a hyperbola because I see that the y squared is negative here, so it is a hyperbola. We can complete the square, and this is the equation we get. On the next one, we have a moon traveling around the planet. This is going to be a typical problem on the story problem on the test. And we have the moon here and the planet here, and it gives us the major and minor, so we can fill in these numbers of what the A value is and the B value is, because this is the major and this is the minor. And if we do A squared minus B squared is C squared, we will find out that C is about 106,000. And that's what this question is asking. This question is asking how far is the planet from the center. So it's asking that. So we don't need to do anything with this C value because it's just asking us specifically what C is. Make sure you understand this picture in this diagram. It will be on the test. On the next one, we have a ellipse with a major axis here. Sorry, let me fix that. And it tells us the major axis. So I know that the major axis, the length is 16, so the A value is 8. I can graph the foci. And if I graph this major axis, it would go through here, and 8 on this side and 8 on that side, which is the A value. A squared minus B squared is C squared. I can figure out B is 39, and that can go there. We have an ellipse to graph, and to find out the eccentricity, well, we take the A squared minus B squared is C squared, and C is 2. So these foci are located at 2, which means the eccentricity is 2 over 3 because it's always the C value over the A. It just gives you an idea of how oval this shape is, whether it's like a circle or like a flat oval. Again, the foci here, you're going to have to graph it, and you're going to notice that the foci are on the y-axis, so the change here is in the y, and you can solve for C with this. Again, completing the square here, and it is an ellipse, and there's what it'll come to after you complete the square. All right, on the next one, with the center, you can find this, and with the center and the vertex, you can see that this A value, this distance here, is 3/2, which is 1.5, because from the center to the vertex is up 1.5. So it's 3/2. 3/2 squared is 9/4. So it's fine to leave it like that for now. We have a circle with a center, and the fact that it's tangent means it's touching, or the center is here, means it's touching this axis right there, which means this distance here is 3. That A value is 3. 3 squared. And since it's a circle, well, they're both 9. A hyperbola, graph it, draw the x. It's not in the y direction, it's with the x direction. An equation like this, we have the points, so we can find the center just by some process of elimination and add them and divide them by 2, find the midpoint, and the A and the B values are there. On a ellipse, what we need to know is that the distance between one focus and the distance between the other focus is the distance of the major axis. That's what the foci are there for. Going from a foci to a point and back, that is the same distance as going across it. So that's what makes an ellipse. Our typical ellipse, if we want to think about it, starts off 10, 10, and then we graph these foci here and make it 10, 10. So everything matches. The two distances equal the major axis. And in this case, it's 5 and 5. So our major axis is 10. One distance is 8. The other distance we don't know, and that has to add up to 10. 10 minus the 8 is 2. All right, our conics down here. Well, if one of them's squared and the other's not, it's a parabola. If they're both positive and were added together, it's a circle as long as these coefficients are the same, and in this case they're both 1. On this one, I can put these together and get 5y squared, but now I still just have an x and a y being squared. Only one of them is squared, so that is a parabola. On the next one, they're both squared. However, If I were to move this one over here and get everything lined up on one side, this would be negative. It's a hyperbola. On the next one, we have x and y both positive, and we have 5 and 5, meaning that's a radius. Well, one way to think of it is like the radius, it's the circle. And here the parabola, x, y squared, only one is squared, it's a parabola. So you need to check which ones are squared, check which ones are positive and negative. All right, hope this helps. With this, we'll go over questions in class tomorrow.